gender-based violence has always been there, but the escalation has caught the country like, why is it happening like now? And the country seems not to be prepared to deal with it. So it is a very sad thing that's happening in our families. Gender-based violence happens at family level with very close people, couples, or children within the same family. A lot of abuses are happening in our family setups, and we have seen the escalation of this around COVID, when children are out in school for a longer periods of time. Sometimes poverty and economic breakdown is blamed for it, that people are fighting for meager resources, or people who are already angry because of their situation doesn't not be asked questions. And we have seen a lot of family problems and domestic violence emanate around resources within the family. But also there could be many other factors, degradation of morality. Infidelity has been one of the things that has been a big cause. So all what we can say is it is a reflection of a society whose morals are degrading. Mm-hmm. And I think we don't need to approach it from the penal code point of view. That is critical. We need to get those people apprehended. We need them to be taken to a court of law. But that will not finish the problem. We need to approach it from a pastoral perspective, and as from the perspective of rebuilding our values, rebuilding our cultural norms, rebuilding our the do's and don'ts, and just bring back sanity to the whole situation, because I think it's a loss of sanity. Yes. Not only with the gender-based violence. Look at what happened in Shakahola. That somebody can use religion to extinct a whole society, a community of people, just because of indoctrinating wrong doctrines. So wrong teachings are causing a lot of problems. Family issues are causing a lot of problems, and we must approach it from every angle. We must approach it and the church cannot bury her head in the sand when the nation is bleeding and crying, because the nation is bleeding and crying. We are also seeing the other angle, not just gender-based violence, but the femicide that has also erupted in the recent past. All these many love triangles and happening in private places, like what is now popularly known in Kenya as Airbnb. People who call each other, sometimes they have not even met, they met over the internet. There has been a lot of association to ritual killing, that maybe there could be a demonic, because some people are killed and their parts of the body are missing. So there is a whole spiritual hunger to the entire society, that when you are not spiritually fed and you are not spiritually satisfied, you can do anything. You are reduced to doing anything. And I think we need a lot of research also by psychologists to help us understand to what extent can the human mind be completely hypnotized and remove the person in it. Because what we have seen of these violences that escalate into big things is a systemic, a planned kind of way of, killing the soul of the person so that they don't feel human. So that when they are ready, they can be able to cause atrocities and kill people en masse. And I think we need to understand to what level does the human mind is manipulatable, that you can manipulate to see the other person just as a thing, not a human being. That somebody can mutilate and dismember somebody just looking at the eyes of that person, dismembering. That's not human. I think something has gotten into us. And I think we need to do a lot of studies, both in the spiritual realm and in the psychological world, the study of the human mind, just to see how then can we replace some of these problems by going deeper and say what programs can we develop that appeal to the mind and to the heart at the same time, that we don't kill the soul of the people. And my suggestion is the church has the best infrastructure. In the cathedral, if you come to the cathedral on Sunday, like yesterday, I was there this last Sunday, every Sunday there's an announcement that after every service, because we run 15 services on a Sunday, concurrently some happening in different places, but some running 1 hour after the other or 2 hours. And the announcement in every of them is that there are clergy on standby for counseling if you need counseling. If you need somebody to talk to, the counseling rooms are all full, so that the clergy who are leading this service, there is another backup set of clergy seated in the office, so that when people come out of that service and they have questions that were not answered or raised, or they have something they carry from home, a family issue, let them come and talk about it. A lot of what we see in homicide and gender-based violence as a result of things that are not spoken. People have not released them. They have not, had anybody to talk about what they are going through. So when it bursts, then it gets into violence. And if we can be able to use that infrastructure, the church, counseling, we have now structured, like in our church, our main churches now, we have our youth pastors to address with youth matters. We have teens, pastors who specialize with the children, and then we have the children ministry. We have pastors who are engaged with the sector ministry, like women ministry or the men ministry. So if we can be able to use that infrastructure where you are comfortable, then we have an opportunity. We are also, as church, are coming up with what we call safeguard measures, that at least within the church vicinity and in our places like this office, we must sign to codes of conduct that ensure that everybody is protected and everybody is safe. So safeguard is one of the big things that we are now working as the Anglican Church worldwide.